Let's get on to tonight's match. Please welcome Mitch Austin.
Mitch Austin comes in as surely the first man ever to represent the same club both as a professional footballer and a pro FIFA player. He's coming in with a point to prove. He does love his FIFA, but he's never played at a level this high before. We know that he can perform in the A-League, but can he perform in the eLeague?
Facing Mitch tonight from Brisbane Roar is James Williams.
James Williams, Cripsy himself, is a Melbourne Victory fan. He was drafted by the Roar. He went to the match between the two clubs last weekend and he wasn't shy about hiding his support for the Victory to cheer on Brisbane. The two have exchanged some words on Twitter as well recently, so maybe a bit of a personal matchup straight away in Game 1.
Let's join our commentators, Nathan and Jared.
Thank you so much, Brittany. We are here. The eLeague has started. We couldn't be more excited. Thankfully, it's not just me tonight. With me, we have the one, the only, Jared HD. Jared, how are you feeling about the tournament?
I'm very excited for the tournament to get underway, Nate. Can't wait to get into it.
Well, that's good news, because we're going to get straight into our first matchup right now. I see Cripsy there. He doesn't look nervous. I don't know if the boy's ever been nervous.
Cripsy's been building up this moment on social media for weeks. He has been arguably the biggest fan of the eLeague. As we get into the game now, Melbourne Victory, Brisbane Roar, the opening game of the 2018 eLeague competition. What a big moment.
And what we'll see here, for those of you watching at home, a lot of these tactical changes to start the game. You want to get the chemistry and everything right pre-kickoff. As soon as the game is about to get underway, when we get into this gameplay setting, the formation changes will start happening. Jared, talk me through what you're seeing. I see the 4-4-2 diamond.
As you can see, Mitch has moved himself to the centre attacking mid spot, now swapped around with James Troisi. Patrick Vieira sitting a little bit further back as well. It's very interesting that Mitch Austin would put himself in that left centre mid spot, considering that's not his default position on Ultimate Team.
It isn't. Is it potentially a case of Mitch just trying to fit him in somewhere? Where else would you put him? You can't not play the two Ronaldos.
I mean, he could have just had a separate formation, but we'll have to ask Mitch about that one later.
That's true. Do you pick a formation to pick your players, or your players for your formation? We are underway. The first game of the eLeague. It is Melbourne Victory and Mitch Austin to get us started.
Here we go, Mitch Austin unable to break through nice and early. Cripsy decent defending out of the back. Looking to, as you said, kind of get a feel for the game early on, and he's just retaining possession here, playing some smart FIFA.
Well, the nerves have got to be going, but you do not want to be playing anything risky to start off. We do have our first entry into the box.
Patrick Vieira.
Back to Vieira to Khalid. Ooh, the first strike straight into the midriff there of his opposing self on the other team, Jared.
And again, even if he's in the box, as he is right now, as Hull looks to make an opportunity for himself, which is intercepted, Cripsy's just trying to stay composed around the box like he has been in the midfield.
He's definitely just going to be looking to play some safe passes. Commentator's curse, first game, here we go. But FIFA, as you'll notice, compared to normal football, if you haven't watched too much FIFA before, frenetic, fast, as we have Ronaldo. Oh, De Gea, what a save.
As we said, De Gea is going to be one of the top goalkeepers in the competition, and already a big save here in the opening minutes.
So we have our first corner swung in, not quite cleared. Ramos.
Falls down Troisi, a Melbourne Victory player, almost getting the opening goal of the eLeague. Wouldn't that be big if one of the A-League players started off the tournament with a goal?
I would love to see that, Jared. Obviously, they are competing with some of the world's best, but I truly believe the A-League players can more than hold their own.
Here we go again, Cripsy trying to find that final pass. Bit of a cagey affair so far, I would say.
Don't know if you can blame. I do see an opening here. Ronaldo, the left foot shot.
Again, De Gea.
This time, the Victory De Gea does his thing.
Corner now for Cripsy. He's going short to Messi.
We will see a lot of short corners during this tournament, I have to say.
They're very overpowered.
Seeing it a lot in the warm-up games.
Interesting tactic there from Cripsy, just running the ball almost back to halfway, but it's seeming like it might have worked now. Messi finesses and gets the opening goal of the 2018 eLeague. Lionel Messi, what a start.
And doesn't he look great in a Brisbane Roar shirt?
I don't know if we're ever going to get to say that sentence in our lifetimes, Nate.
I have big dreams, Jared, and I believe.
What a start for Cripsy, though.
What a start. 1-0 to Brisbane.
Mitch, a big point to prove now as we get on to the kickoff. Can he get a quick goal back? Still plenty of time for him to do just that.
We did talk about Messi's perhaps lack of strength. It doesn't matter if he gets space in the box.
Messi's dribbling stats are so good that, as you said, if he gets in the box, he's almost unstoppable.
There are gloves on that, I believe, from De Gea. He looks pumped.
Cristiano Ronaldo almost helping Mitch Austin hit right back there. Yes, just a palm there.
So close. Fingertips.
Who is going to take the corner here for Mitch Austin? His first corner is going to be James Troisi, his Melbourne Victory teammate, putting it short. Interesting tactics there. And Ronaldo is going to equalise almost instantaneously there for Melbourne Victory.
Love the haircut as well. Everyone remembers that World Cup Ronaldo, that iconic haircut. And now, 1-1 in this opening game of the eLeague.
As you said earlier, FIFA, it is a very fast-paced game, and 17 minutes, already 2 goals. This is a great start.
And definitely in FIFA 18, goals are plenty. We've seen in these like-for-like tournaments around the world, aggregate scores upwards of double digits.
Yes. Mitch Austin now looking to use the momentum. He sees a few openings, but just lacks the final pass there.
And it's great to see Mitch get back into the game. You mentioned before Cripsy's following. They're going to have words with Mitch if anything happens to their beloved Cripsy. But there's
not just competition points on the line here, there's egos on the line as well, as Cripsy almost delivers a perfect ball into the box. Vieira able to get the ball back for him. Ruud Gullit going for a long shot, but forces De Gea into an easy save.
We did say that Gullit was good. Perhaps not that good to score from there off one step.
And here's Mitch Austin using himself. I thought he was going to go for a little run down the sideline. And
get those completed passing stats up.
Do you think if Mitch gets a penalty, he's going to be cheeky and give himself the penalty?
It might depend on the game status. I don't know if it's 90th minute 1-1. I'd be stepping up with Mitch Austin card. But look, if that's what he wants to do, imagine the plaudits if it does come off.
Here we go, Cripsy again, just looking to slow the tempo of the game down here as we push past the 25-minute mark. Brown's going to go here. The Brisbane Roar link-up is happening. Holman completes the trio, but now Mitch looking to go onto the counter-attack. And he's in an awesome position here, but that Rio Ferdinand card stepping up.
We did pick it up pre-game. You need those strong defenders that can read the game.
Here we go, Ronaldo, both sides.
We do see Botiak making a good run there. Messi, can he make it a double? That left foot! Oh!
Hullit's sure, yes. Gullit is going to be offside there.
Yes.
A very interesting finish there from the Dutchman, but it still remains 1-1 here.
So close from Messi to making it 2. That lovely finesse shot hitting the post.
I believe it was a left foot finesse. That is just Messi's bread and butter.
Peak Messi. Austin to get us back underway.
Gullit again, just bossing the midfield so far here for Cripsy.
Not many passing options there for Victory. I've got to say, he's in a bit of space. He decides to play it around a bit. He wants that, clear opportunity, but shots around the box, at least to keep it interesting, a must-do.
Here we go, Vieira. Mitch has really lost a bit of field position lately. Cripsy's starting to get control of this game, but anything can happen here if Mitch is able to get a counter-attack goal, which he is slowly building up there, but Valencia, again, we highlighted how good he is, and he's able to save Cripsy there.
Sergio Ramos, another card, another player we will see a lot during this tournament, Jared.
Yes, well, if we look at Sergio Ramos' stats, he is such an overpowered player on the game. 86 pace for a defender is awesome, as Ronaldo stuffs up his shot there. But going back to that Team of the Year Ramos card, 97 rated, 86 pace, which is awesome on a defender. And his defending stat, 98 defense, along with 96 physical. That is such an important trio of stats to have if you are a defender.
We're going to see him picked a lot, there's no doubt. You've just made that definite for me, Jared. We see Brown playing it to Holman, to Botiak. A good ball from Botiak.
Cripsy using this Brisbane Roar left side of the field more than we would have expected early on.
Valencia, an interesting ball in. Messi, he's going to make it 2. He certainly does. Cripsy, a big fist pump from the man, makes it 2-1 to Brisbane Roar.
And again, he's been trying that all day. He seems to have been trying to pass it into the back of the net. His passing play came off there, and he got the rewards.
Well, we see Messi do that for Barcelona so often. You'd be foolish not to try and replicate it in FIFA.
Cripsy has just replicated reality there.
It is. Art imitating life.
That is a big blow for Mitch Austin as well. Just before half-time, we're into the 40s now, into the 41st minute as Mitch Austin has gone behind, and that's really going to hurt him heading into the half-time break.
Perhaps not as much as you might think. At least he could change something tactically. If it was 1-1, maybe he'd keep trying to play it safe. And I think it's fair to say Cripsy has been bossing it. We see the possession stat there, 63% to Cripsy.
It'll be interesting to see how long Mitch remains with his Melbourne Victory players as himself, Mitch Austin, almost creating history there, but pulls it just to the left-hand side. That would have been the headlines. I can already see the headlines.
We see a big smile on competitor Mitch's face. He knew that was banter central. Just the 3 minutes of stoppage time, half-time not too far away.
It would be a big blow for Mitch if Cripsy was able to get another goal here just before half-time to make it 3-1 in what has been a somewhat close game, but that would suck for Mitch if that happened.
Not ideal at all. Brisbane will be half-time. A thrilling contest. It's Melbourne Victory 1, Brisbane Roar 2.
What a cracker of a first half that was, Jake. What were your thoughts?
I think the game pretty much went the way we thought it would. I figured that Crispy would probably be dominating the ball for the majority of the match, and so far that's how it's panned out. And with Mitch Austin, of course, your twin brother, trying to get them on the counter-attack, and to be fair, it worked. Obviously, the fact that Crispy scored relatively early and then only a few minutes later they got a counter-attack. It did lead to a corner, but that corner did eventually lead to a goal. And Crispy, who was knocking on the door for basically the entire half, was able to pick up a goal right before the end of it. So I feel like it's probably about fair on the basis of play, I would say.
Awesome. Let's get back to it.
So much, Brittany. Thank you so much, Jake. We are here, the second half underway. It will be Brisbane Roar kicking to the right of screen.
And it would be, I would think Cripsy would just be wanting to start this second half the way he finished the first. Another goal. Messi looking to complete a hat-trick, but who knows what's going to happen. Will Mitch bring it back? We'll have to wait and see.
If I'm not mistaken as well, I believe this was the score in the eLeague fixture.
It might just have been.
I believe Charisi wonder-strike in that game, but Brisbane got their 2 early goals and hung on. So the storyline not quite matching the scoreline, a perfect fit as we see Messi wreaking havoc down this right wing.
He is causing Marcelo nightmares so far today. But Vieira, again, him and Hullet for both sides have been key figures so far, I believe, in this game so far.
Most definitely. That long hair, it's everywhere. We have Ronaldo into his namesake. The fake shot to cut back. Bold move shooting from there with Ronaldo slightly off balance.
Fair play to Mitch for giving that a go. You know, you're not gonna find out the capabilities of these players like Ronaldo if you don't test them out once in a while.
These games do go so quickly. We did mention Brisbane with the possession, but Victory with more shots. He is shooting with every opportunity.
It's quality of shots so far, I believe, that's really defined this game. It's the reason why Cripsy is in front. Cripsy having better shot opportunities.
Those clear chances of a premium. Brisbane in around the box. That ball not quite finding a man.
But Cripsy is going to retain possession. Great piece of field right now. Great area of the field. Messi goes along to Ronaldo. Could have played it off there to Messi to potentially complete his hat-trick, but here we see Mitch Austin, the man himself, looking to set up a counter-attack for the Melbourne Victory. Some lovely passing play here. Ronaldo looking to get into the box, maybe looking to draw a foul, draw a penalty, but it is cleared away there from, I believe, Rio Ferdinand again.
Brisbane playing those lovely crossfield balls. The in-game crowd appreciating it. Messi to Ronaldo. Botiak on that left wing, looking to find a man, does to Hullet. Ronaldo, he's got men around him, tries to find space, a deflection, and it will be another corner.
And we're going to see Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, we've had a pause here. What do you think's about to happen? A substitution, maybe?
It has to be Mitch changing something up. If any changes need to be made, Cripsy will be more than happy. But Mitchy, we're having a good look at his team there. People at home can follow along quite well. That Marcelo at left back, I was wondering who that was.
A formation change, it seems.
It is, going to a 4-2-3-1, standard 4-2-3-1 with 3 attacking mids.
And we can see by these player instructions he's setting up that he's really going for it. He's not gonna think what if. He's really gonna try getting the points here or force even a draw for the victory.
No. Well, keep in mind, to those watching at home, it is 2-1 in this first leg, but it is a team competition in the eLeague. It is the aggregate scores over the 2 legs that will make the difference. A 2-1, potentially not a bad result. But as you mentioned previously, Jared, there's egos on the line. These two have a real rivalry, and he's going to want to go for the win.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Mo and Oldmates are going to pair up in the PS4 leg of the Brisbane Roar Melbourne Victory contest a little bit later tonight. Will Mitch set himself up in a decent place for Mo to really capitalise?
I do believe that Mo is arguably the favourite. We know Old Mate is quite quiet. He likes to be reserved, so maybe he'll surprise us. But I think most people believe Mo, former and current NPL player, really will have that experience to get him there. But we'll go back to this game. The substitutions have been made everywhere. Everyone runs off, everyone runs on. Ben Kalfala.
Against his former club as well.
Indeed.
And I believe Matt Mackay as well, the Brisbane Roar skipper, if I'm not mistaken, comes on there for Cripsy. He's probably looking to just slow this game down a little bit, get him a little bit more stability in the midfield.
Do think I remember Cripsy saying that Matt Mackay is his favourite Brisbane Roar player, so he was always going to get a run at some point. Game situation.
Hullet on Hullet there. Matt Mackay, would love to see him take a shot off. But Messi, again, his dribbling has just been a big talking point today. Some quick fire passing there. Cristiano Ronaldo's shot, though, was lacking.
Cripsy, a third goal, you'd have to argue, may kill it off. Troishi, a bit overpowered with that attempted through ball to his teammate.
And I did notice, I believe Mitch just brought on Thierry Henry, which is a big call there.
We've all seen what he can do overseas in the Premier League. Now in the eLeague, a chance for greatness to Hullet. Another great block by Maldini.
And again, this second half has proven to be just the final product has been lacking for both lads, especially Cripsy. Cripsy's had a lot more possession in dominant areas of the field, but just can't get that shot off to secure the result in the first leg.
Valencia doing his defensive diligence there. We know his pace is probably his best attribute. Don't underestimate his defensive qualities. We have Vieira now playing it wide to Corey Brown, the ginger genius.
Nice little 1-2 there with Messi. The Argentinian trying to play a pacey ball into the area there, but it is broken up by Mitch Austin's defense.
We'll see here that Mitch will try and get it quickly into his attacking mids and break, but with no centre mids, no real player to link up that defensive mid area to the attacking mid, and breaking down once more as we see Cripsy just dominate possession, Jared.
He's just trying to, it's a smart tactic from him. He's got 15 minutes left in the game. He doesn't have to force anything. He doesn't have to try anything outrageous. He just needs to try holding on to this first leg lead.
You're quite right. Henry there, I believe, was offside. Not happy about it, but Henry, I'm sorry, you were. And we're going to see some more tactical changes. Mitch once more, potentially not happy with the 4-2-3-1. We did mention finding it difficult to get those balls into his attacking players.
He'd be looking to put on a few more. As you can see, he's trying to get his attacking players to liven up a little bit more, make some better runs, make some better spaces, and even his defense, he's getting them to go up. He's really going for it here.
Those fullbacks, Jason Guerrier and Marcelo, will be making those overlapping runs. So he goes back now to this 4-4-2 diamond formation, which he started with. He clearly realizes he tried something different. He tried to mix it up, but he's going back to plan A.
And I mean, he did score a goal through that avenue, and he really didn't look too dangerous playing that new formation. So you would argue it's been a good move there for Mitch Austin. Just those instructions for the players really going to prove the difference, maybe.
Exactly. Let's look for these fullbacks to be bolting down the line. But for now, it's Cripsy with the ball. Messi in space. Into Matt Mackay.
The first A-League player to score in the E-League. What a moment.
On his least favoured right foot as well. We all know Matt Mackay has a great left peg. He's dominated Spain at the World Cup with it. But now he's scored in the E-League with his right foot.
And again, you would argue that might have come down to the fact that Mitch changed his tactics, changed his instructions. Players further forward, creates more options, and Cripsy, being the professional FIFA player he is, was able to just pick Mitch apart there.
Credit to Cripsy there for that, as we see victory with an opportunity. And Mitch, really at a risk of being a blowout. We know there will be a second leg to this contest, and Mitch potentially 3-1, a safe result.
Yeah, well, Mo's got a lot to do now. Unless Mitch can pull a goal back, De Gea palms it off there and double save.
Triple
save. We did point out how strong of a goalkeeper De Gea is in the pre-game, and he's living up to that right now.
Poor Mitch. You see Cripsy, he's relaxed. He's loving it. He loved the triple save. With the goalkeepers, there's nothing for you to do but sit back and watch.
Cripsy will be going for that fourth goal, even make things easier for old Nate, his teammate.
Certainly will be. Dino watching in the wings. Just lovely passing football. Cripsy, he talked a big game before this contest, but he is certainly pulling it off.
And Mitch wouldn't be too happy about this so far. He wanted to prove that he is an A-League player, but he can also compete on a big stage like this. He would be looking to get a goal back here, and not allow Cripsy to have all the ego go his way.
Well, there's not long left. Mitch, if you're going to do something, you're going to need to do it now. Pressure your opponent, because Cripsy is just dominating that midfield. Picking off passes. Oh, a little flick. Look at that.
Cripsy's been very impressive today so far, I would say.
He certainly has been. Mitch has tried hard, fought hard, but Cripsy dedicates his life to this game. He has a stream, go follow it. And it's paying off right now as we see Henry. Goes down a bit easy, I think he realized it. And that is that in this contest. The crowd don't like it, but we are absolutely loving it. We've seen some fantastic goals, some fantastic goalkeeping as well.
I feel like De Gea would have to be man of the match there for Cripsy today.
You don't want it to be a goalkeeper. You always want to say, I was using a player, and he's the one that dominated. But sometimes, hands up, you've got to make the selection in the first place.
Messi's brace, also a big talking point.
Definitely.
He had a great game and showing why a lot of players should be using him in FIFA 18 in the eLeague.
Exactly. They talked about not doing it. I think that could change things very, very quickly. Some lovely goals scored by Brisbane. All credit to Cripsy.
Cripsy's passing play, outstanding today.
Most definitely. That was that fingertip save that we mentioned before. Look at him fly. And so, the first game of the eLeague, it was great, it was tense, and it's finished up. Melbourne victory 1, Brisbane Roar 3.